Good morning, folks, and welcome to this week's episode of Cotton Coffee. I'm your host, Ghost, and sitting right next to me is Victor.
What's up, everybody? Viktor Hudgens here with a.k.a. DaDerz. So, I'm going to start with here. My first impression right now, man, is I'm highly impressed with this ground war map. The farm.
I think it's pretty cool. I mean, I really like that one map, but I'm not a fan of all the buildings and all the different elevations, and you know what I mean? This one's a little bit more on a level playing field. Yeah, there are different windows and barns and doors and stuff like that, but
it's not as crazy as like the district or anything like that.
Yeah, the district is just
way too intense, man. Like, I'm tired of getting, like, trying to have to look straight vertically up like I'm trying to shoot somebody off the Empire State Building or something, you know?
I've never met, like, a sniper's, like, you know what I mean? Like, that thing is just a sniper's fucking paradise.
Dude. Freaking Paradise City.
Every 2 seconds, I'm getting picked off in that map. I mean, I love running snipers, too, but, like, you can't make it through that map at all without getting picked off.
You're picked off within, like I said, 2 to 5 seconds. So you're, bam, headshot. But, dude, no, my impression on this one, dude, is this map right here. I think for Ground War, this is the map.
Well,
in my opinion. I mean, Quarry's good, but
Karst River Quarry is, I think, still my favorite, just for play, just because I personally think that one really gives you an open option for play styles. This one,
I know it's not this.
This is my second favorite. I mean, honestly, for me, it's kind of a hard toss-up between the two, but
yeah, it's a bit of a toss-up. But I mean, I do see what you're talking about. I do between the two, but I don't know. I think this one is, for me, is like more balanced. I mean, maybe I'm just a redneck or something. I don't know, but I love it. Like, all the different barns. You're not like having to look, freaking 3-4 miles up.
Oh no, I definitely love the style and feel of this map. It does have some really long sight lines, but like you said, yeah, some of it's kind of close quarters combat, but you do have that long sight line of combat if you want to.
You can still get into your sniper battles with somebody,
Oh, definitely.
Sitting there getting into nice little taking pop shots, playing tag or something,
But it's not. I don't feel like it's ran as rampant as it was as it is in the district map. That's just
ridiculous.
Yeah, you definitely run into snipers in all ground war maps. I mean,
yeah, of course,
because they're huge maps. But
honestly, I mean, unless that's what their target was, I didn't read nothing on it. But I mean, that is strictly sniper paradise for real on the district. But going back to the new map though, just. It's nice, dude. It really is.
Yeah, no, I do like the placements of the capture points too, like the choke points and everything, where you have your engagements are nice. It's not too congested. It's actually
although B is
it's kind of hard to explain because it's open, but it's not open. You know what I mean? It's just right. It has that medium range combat, which I feel is really nice.
Except for capture point B, though. That's a bomber's paradise, because you better be quick and get in B, because you get stuck with a grenade in that little radius there, you're fucked. Other than that, though, I mean, because you're like surrounded with you got like a tractor on one side, a couple of hay bales on the other, And there is that door. If you can get inside that door and shut it real quick, I guess you'd be all right. But I mean, someone's cooking a grenade, you're screwed, man. Your whole team's out, so you better quick.
Yeah, and I've been having fun with those the proximity mines. Big old disc fucking things you throw down.
But yeah, man. So yeah.
So what about Shoot House? What are you feeling about this map?
Love it. No question, no hesitation. Love it. Top map for me is that one right there. Shoot House is definitely by far my favorite map. It is get in, you got a gunfight in 3 to 5 seconds. I'm not sitting there running around for 25, 30 seconds before I get over. No, it's load in, gunfire. Straight up. And then, of course, you don't have any crazy hiding spots or anything. You know where people might be. I mean, it's back to, I guess I'd say 50-50 or 60-40, whatever you want to put it.
I love that Infinity Ward has kind of heard what everybody in the community has been seeing and what they wanted from their maps, and they very quickly gave us exactly what we wanted. We wanted a 3-lane map. You know what I mean? It's not big, it's not too small, it's not too... You know what I mean? In this map, it's
like the size of Shipment.
For Call of Duty, yeah, it's like it's... Okay, that's what I was going to say. It's like it's not Shipment small, but it's not like regular 6v6 map style big. It's right there in between being tiny and... You know what I mean?
Yeah, and as a classic 3-lane lover, what more can you ask for,
And and it's very basic, like...
Mechanics.
Not mechanics, the layout of this map, like, the exact... Yeah, it is 3 lanes, but just, like, the way that you can go up and over just a couple different things. Yeah. And there's
a wall right there in the middle. There's a couple
routes, but, I mean, like, it's so simple and basic that it's, like... I don't know. The flow of it is great. I've been pretty much just playing this map every time that I load into this game as of the last few days, I do kind of have to say one thing, though. It almost feels like either this was something that was just immediately thrown together because...
It does look pretty jumbled.
Well,
But it's a nice one. That's a nice
love the way the map plays and the design of it and everything. But the map looks like garbage. I mean, to say the least, it's the most uncreative map I've ever seen in my life.
But I think that's the beauty of it, though. I mean, think about it for a second.
Like, they're just cement walls, and you know what I mean? Like, it's just... There was no creativity went behind this thing at all. Zero. None. There is none at all.
That is true.
No creativity in this map at all. It is a 3-lane basic map, and they didn't even have to put anything in it, like design it with anything, like anything. There's no walls or like, you know what I mean? Like, there's literally cement walls. There's a couple broken down cars.
I think there's a couple cargo units too.
Dude, yeah,
that's about it.
But just imagine like firing range, but like without
the buildings, or not the building, but without the
without Treyarch's colorfulness. I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't know, and a little bit more bland. Like,
but for a fairly bland looking map though, it's nice, man. It's lovely, and it is what we wanted in a way. I mean, it would be nice to have some color to it. The design.
Okay, I love the layout of it. I love, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this is the style of maps that we wanted, and not that I'm saying that all of our maps need to be like this, but we needed a nice handful of these kind of maps at launch, mixed in with the maps that we got.
Right, that's true. That's true.
You know what I mean?
Because it's kind of overwhelming, guys, to have these. All, like, most of our maps right now are still the
instead of being constantly pushed into these larger style maps with, you know,
with every freaking vantage point you could think of,
every extra route, and you know what I'm saying, like windows and doors, and like they just took the entire 3-lane map design and fucking tossed it out the fucking window, you know. And honestly, I think that's fine for
a couple maps.
A few, yeah.
Or a few, yeah. Well, I can level with a few, but
I mean,
we need the majority. We need to be pretty much have, like...
I don't even care if it's the majority, but even if it was just 50-50, you should have launched us with, you know what I mean, a nice mixture of each, at least, to keep us happy. If you wanted to keep the direction of this game still with kind of what you wanted, you know what I mean, with those larger scale maps and more crazy style, you know what I mean, routes and stuff to flank and stuff like that, that's fine, but you should have kept it a little bit more simple.
Yeah,
I think, especially at launch, it would have left an easier impression on a lot of fans. You know what I mean?
But then, you know, yeah, I lost my train of thought there. But yeah, no, I can totally agree. I mean, yeah, I guess 50-50 or even 60-40 being, you know, more of the 3-lane maps side, I guess, on the 60%. But these big ass fucking maps, I mean, they're cool, but I'm sick and tired of just being sniped from the Empire State Building, man.
Well, that's kind of what I'm saying, though, is I think that to keep the majority of the Call of Duty community happy, they would have been better off just giving us a nice mixture of each of them, you know? Because, man, it almost feels like kind of being forced into playing something that you don't want to after a while, or that you just kind of get sick of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it kind of, you know, and I get the Call of Duty feel, though, and as well, but at the same time, I don't, too. And that's kind of sad in my book.
What do you mean?
I'm just being honest, like, with these big maps, it just doesn't feel...
Oh, yeah, no.
It just doesn't feel...
I completely understand. I mean, that's kind of the reason why I don't spend the majority of my time in Ground War. Like,
no, I don't.
I spend way more time in just regular multiplayer maps, because that's just me. That's what I play Call of Duty for. I play it for just that style of gameplay. And
Team Deathmatch, Domination, Kill Confirmed. I mean, those are...
Just don't get me wrong. I like Ground War, like I've said in previous videos. Yeah, but it's
It's one of those kind of once in a...
I'm happy that it's in the game. I'm glad that it's something that we have.
Yeah, just to have it as an option.
It's something that I jump into from time to time. You know what I mean? And it actually is something that I play. It's not something that, you know, I hardly ever play. Like, Search and Destroy, I don't hardly ever play that. I'll maybe play it, you know, during a game's life cycle, maybe a handful of times. You know what I mean? Right. Maybe, if that. I actually do play Ground War from time to time. Like,
couple times a week at least, you know.
At least, yeah.
For me, Ground War, it's maybe twice a week.
I play a little bit more than that. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll jump in a match or two a day, but I play a lot of Call of Duty, so.
Yeah, I mean, I do too, but I'm mostly on the multiplayer, bro.
But, you know, yeah, I actually jump into a few matches a day, but, I mean, I spend way, way more time in fucking multiplayer. Because that's just what I play COD for. You know, I play for that fast experience, and, you know.
Right.
But, yeah, I'm liking that they're seeing what the fans are wanting, and I'm liking that they're making a lot of changes to this game, and it really seems like they're heading in the direction that we all really want them to. You know what I mean? They've adjusted the footsteps now twice. This second one did a little bit more than their first tunings. Their first tuning didn't do absolute shit.
But they got another one coming out, though, apparently, as well.
Yeah, there is another one that is coming. Well, this next one is mainly an adjustment to...
The crouching
and prone. And, well...
But they might touch back up on the regular footsteps as well again, too.
They might,
knowing Infinity
because
Ward.
They are a little bit loud still.
But not as... I mean, yes, they are not as... I can actually see a difference, or hear a difference, I should say. A little bit of a difference, but at the same time, it is still kind of, you know... It's not a herd of elephants, but maybe just a tad bit more. I don't know how to really word it for encoding terms, but...
Yeah, and right now they're actually doing a 24/7 playlist of this map. For the shoot house map, and it is a mixture of some team deathmatch,
domination, kill confirmed,
no hard point.
Oh no, excuse me, not hard. What is it then?
Headquarters.
Sorry, my bad.
Which is kind of one thing I was gonna say too is I've been playing this map in this rotation the last few days now, and almost every match of Headquarters lately I've just been backing out of them because they take way too long. For one, they'll drag on for the entire length of the, you know what I mean? We don't finish the score limit until the time limits.
Right.
You know what I mean? And sometimes they just kind of feel like they drag on and on and on. Like, I don't know if this
it's like nobody's capturing it.
I think they're just all going for either kills or... I don't know, because my team was actually capturing the point, like, all the time. You know what I mean?
I played a couple times they would, but then I did play some matches where nobody was even hardly touching it. I was like maybe one or two other people were trying to capture the points, but nobody else would help.
I know that headquarters is usually a pretty it's usually a longer played game mode, but I don't know. It seems like this thing was taking upwards of 10, 15 minutes to finish a match, which is,
right,
long for just a regular traditional Call of Duty match.
Right.
I don't know if that's something that's... I don't know. It just seemed odd to me that it was constantly going to the time limit, and I felt like we were capturing the objective. You know what I mean? Like, we were going for it. We were doing it. I don't understand why it was taking so long and why... You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe later on I might have to make myself another observation on it and see what happens. Yeah, but I mean, from what I was seeing, I'm kind of seeing the same thing. Like, we would not finish with score limits at all either. So, I mean, it would always be just time running out, which I don't know. Map that size, I don't think it should take that long.
Oh, and just one thing to mention, and I do know that everybody already knows this because it is just, one of the biggest things about this game and what's going on right now. But it is great to mention that all of these things are out on all platforms at the same time, whether you're on Xbox, PC, PS4, which is something we haven't honestly been able to say for a very long time, Usually it's been...
PlayStation first.
Well, I mean, for the last... for this console generation, actually, it's all been PlayStation, but just even, 6-7 years ago, it was... play on Xbox 360 for Call of Duty and get the map packs or whatever first. You know what I mean? That's just what it was. And then the exclusivity deal switched over to PlayStation. So, but I mean, now it is still on PlayStation because we have Survival, which is, garbage this time around for some reason. I don't know how you could really fuck that one up.
You guys got Survival? Great.
I mean, yeah, we do, but, it's,
not the same. I'm sorry. I was really stoked.
It's okay. I mean,
I was actually
want
really
to give it
for it.
I do want to give it a few more chances. I want to see if they'll tweak it just a little bit. You know what I mean? But, I don't know.
Right.
The few times that I have played it, it just doesn't really seem like it's for me this time.
No. I mean, I'm going to play it a few more times and see, but other than that, I kind of really, honestly, am veering away from it already anyways.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not gonna lie, not gonna sugarcoat it. I mean, it's...
And I played Spec Ops a few times, and it's such a buggy mess and almost just unplayable unless you're with a team of gods.
Pretty much.
So, it's just not fun. I can't even find a better word for it than that.
Yeah, there's no excitement to it.
It's not fun. Like, I don't... Yeah.
That's a tough one to freaking bite off on that one, isn't it?
It honestly really is. But, so, one other thing that they fixed, there's a few issues with the riot shields and with the animations that it has. Especially when you're either using a throwing knife or a thermite grenade. As you can tell, there's been quite a few clips going around with people using riot shields and throwing knives and, in the last few days or week or whatever, weeks. So, when people were using either a throwing knife or a thermite grenade with the riot shield, when they would throw the throwing knife, the riot shield would pretty much glitch out and stay locked in front of them. So, the way it's supposed to be is on their screen, when they throw the throwing knife, they kind of like put the shield... It kind of looks like they put it off to the side, but they like put it on their back. You know what I mean?
Right.
And in the animation, you're supposed to see them actually putting the shield on their back and then throwing the throwing knife.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or like at least moving the shield and throwing the knife.
But no, they can actually throw it through the freaking shield.
Well, no, they're not through the shield, but
it looks like it.
Well, now it pretty much with the glitch, the shield was staying stuck right in front of them. You know what I'm saying? So you couldn't hit them.
Nope.
But they would be able to throw throwing knives and shit at you, but they would keep their shield locked in front of them. Now they fixed it so the shield actually goes on their back when they toss a knife or when they toss a grenade. So now it's no longer like locked dead in front of them.
Yeah.
Which is really nice because I've seen a couple people get some nukes and shit with the riot shield and throwing knife class, and it's kind of cheesy. You know what I mean? I mean, it's cool, especially if you can pull off. Because I haven't pulled it up, but I haven't even tried to use that class yet. But I mean,
I like going up against people with the riot shields too, just because I love
the fact that it's kind of a challenge. Yeah, it is actually pretty fun. But the fact that somebody can just walk up on you and pretty much get a not necessarily cheating kill, but like that's almost what it is. You know what I mean? Because from their screen, they're moving the shield and throwing a throwing knife at you, but from what the other person is seeing on their screen, your riot shield didn't move
at all.
You know what I'm saying? And even if they shot at you the entire time, your bullets are acting like they're hitting a riot shield. Making yourself almost invisible. You know what I'm saying? Unless they hop around you or do some shit and get on the other side of you to shoot you. But, you know what I'm saying? If you're getting a throwing knife thrown at you right then, you probably don't have the chance to really do that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So,
that shit just stays locked in place and just, fucking BS.
and another little adjustment here to Modern Warfare, call it Claymore. Claymores.
If you got full health now, it won't really kill you, pretty much. It'll damage you to the brink of death.
No, okay. If you run into a Claymore, it will kill you. It's like if you run into it straight up, it will kill you. If you shoot it with your gun... I'm sorry. If you shoot it with your gun... What the fuck else are you gonna shoot it with? If you shoot it and you actually make it explode by you shooting it, it will no longer kill you if you are at full health. You know what I mean? Which is a really nice thing. They also reduced the damage width, so you know what I mean? It was like boom! Now it's, a lot
more
smaller.
Explosion.
So you actually have to be like right on top of it for it to actually fully do its effect.
Okay.
And with Battle Chatter, they actually made it now so they removed the ability for your enemies to hear when they've been called out by you, and they've also adjusted so that when the enemies make call outs, they don't hear the
other team basically won't hear your battle chatter. So we're on a team, our enemies won't hear us. So on vice versa, they can't hear us either.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
So it pretty much stays between maybe you and your team when the battle chatter happens. Basically, that's it. So that's actually really nice.
The way that they were also kind of explaining it is like you don't hear call outs coming from
any of your guys
yourself. Well, like you can hear call outs coming from your teammates, but you don't hear call outs coming from you. Do you know what I mean? Like if that makes any sense.
So when I hear a voice, it's not my character, it's my teammates.
Yeah, you'll only hear call outs coming from your teammates. You won't hear call outs coming from yourself anymore.
So on per screen, I guess, as well, so they can hear me, my guy, but I can't hear my own guy.
Which is really cool, because, that's the one thing I always hated was, planting a claymore. You know what I mean?
Okay. I'm not going around that corner.
Like, I'm right here. Don't come in this room.
But yeah, no, I kind of hated that shit. So I mean, I'm kind of glad they fixed that up a little bit, because like, oh my goodness.
Now they it says here also that they put a slight increase to the recoil while you're mounting.
Yes, so basically instead of getting dead on laser shots when you're fucking mounted, now your gun will have a little more oomph and bounce to it, so it's going to be a little bit harder for people sitting there mounting around freaking corners or some crap. Which, that is actually really nice, because, yes, I actually enjoyed it myself. I'm guilty, a few kills here and there using that little technique, but now it's I mean, I guess it's not really much of a challenge, but I guess in their way, making it a little bit more challenging to sit there and get kills. Because if you noticed before, I mean, straight up, you're mounted, laser locked, like your gun is not going anywhere. Mm-hmm. Now it's got some little, Humpty Dumpty bounce to it going.
Yeah, and we got a little bit of adjustments to perks with EOD. Now clamps damage to a non-lethal amount, assuming that the player is at full health, which is cool. Like, if you run into a proximity mine or into claymores or shit like that, you're pretty much guaranteed to not die.
Huh. Interesting. Okay. So that's what I was reading earlier then. So I got my little, from our last subject with the claymore mixed up with that. So that's what I was actually reading up on,
One other thing about this game, that this is one thing that they say that they're working on, but I think that they need to work on it a little bit more, is the lighting. The lighting in this game in some areas is terrible. Like, one of the worst maps that I absolutely can ever think of, especially for this problem, and for others, but is Azir Cave.
Yeah.
The lighting is so fucking bad, because, like, either I want to stay inside the cave or I want to stay outside the cave, because I can't go in or out, because when I do, I feel like I'm fucking blinded. It doesn't matter if I'm going in the cave or coming out of the cave.
Right.
Either way, I feel like I can't see shit for a few seconds, whether I'm...
I would say that I actually agree with you 100%, because especially on my part, coming out of the cave is the worst.
Well, yeah.
It is way freaking... It is terrible. It's like coming out of a movie theater.
There's one line of sight, too, that I can never fucking see down, and it's over by the sea flag.
Yeah, it's sitting there
and you're looking into the cave, and I can't see shit. Like, I think that might be intentional, kind of, for that spot, just for that spot right there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because there's the glare from the light and the fucking
of course.
cave, and then, you know what I mean? So, like... But, I mean, I think they should make it just a little bit more visible. Because it's almost like...
You're practically invisible, blending.
You're like, you know what I mean?
You're like Batman blending into the night.
Blinded right there where you're looking into that cave entrance. You're like, fuck!
Yeah, no, there's always somebody there, though, too. So, I mean, I figured that part. In my case, if I'm spawning on sea, guys, and you're in a map with me, against me, promise you, there's a grenade coming your way. At all time, whether there's somebody there or not, I'm throwing one there. I'm throwing a concussion or flashbang and a grenade.
And this is something for me personally that has been pissing me off, because I've been trying to work on these challenges for a long time. They say that there's an update that is coming to the daily challenges and the missions. There's going to be a full sweep of testing and fixes that's going to be happening really soon. Don't really know when, but there was a couple things that were fixed. Like, there was a couple of challenges and stuff that they said that they were fixed, but they're going to actually be doing a complete overhaul, you know what I mean, of the missions and stuff, and making sure that they're all working properly. At least that's what they say.
Right.
So, I'm kind of just looking forward to that, because there's should be a few of those missions that I should already be done with. You know what I mean? I should have these.
But because that little issue that have to freaking like.
No, they actually deactivate every single time I play a match.
That's what I'm saying, though.
So, like, literally making it impossible for me to progress in.
And that's why I can't even progress in my challenges either, because my shit is still, every time I go back, I have to, pretty much reattach it or connect it or whatever it is you want to call it. Mm-hmm. I have to always do that every single freaking time, and it's like, what the hell? Like, why is my mission not done? I know I did it, and all of a sudden I go back, it's like, oh. First couple times I was like, okay, maybe I forgot to, but then it just keeps happening. So it's like, okay, this is bullshit. So, I mean, it's not just a personal thing for you. They think it's bugging the shit out of a lot of other people as well. So if it's happening to me still, it's obviously still happening to somebody else.
So with the SMGs, they increase the movement speed and increase the ADS. And there's a small the reduction to sprint out times. And you can really tell when you use an SMG now. I mean, I feel like I'm 1,000 times faster
compared to
than I
the
was before.
you must say compared to the other weapons, dude. You're like Sonic the freaking Hedgehog, you know.
I mean, they
obviously
actually,
figuratively speaking, not literal.
They
but
actually did do a whole buff to the sprint out times completely. You know what I mean? You are faster across the board.
Oh, of course. I mean, I've noticed it even with my LMG classes.
But with
it's not so
the SMGs, you're even faster.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So now you can actually scoot across these maps quite quickly, which is, I mean, honestly, that's what this game needs. And if anything, they could even boost it up just I mean, like a
quarter
more.
Of a notch, or
like
something.
maybe just
a third of a notch,
just a hair more, and I would be honestly happy.
Right.
But for the adjustment that we got, I mean, it's nice,
satisfying, dude. It really is. Like I said, I noticed even with my LMG class that I have. Like, I mean, yeah, it's still slower than most classes because it's a heavier weapon, but I've noticed this a little bit of a. If I can notice it with an LMG class, dude, I mean, I'm pretty sure because I haven't used an SMG in a little bit. I've been working on that, my assault rifles and light machine guns and stuff. But yeah,
and also, I did mention this in one of my last videos too. But with the pistols. They increased the movement speed and excuse me, I can't fucking talk. They reduced the sprint out time and increased the damage range, which is really nice because a lot of these pistols in this game kind of just felt weak as shit. I mean, besides the Deagle and the revolver, if you have all the right attachments on it, you know what I mean.
But regardless, though, I mean, some of the pistols are just not supposed to be that freaking weak, dude. I mean, come on. Yeah. I've taken people out with pistols. Just pow, 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 pow.
But now you move really fast with them and everything too, which is a big plus. You know what I mean? Because
I mean, it's a handgun. I mean, shit, if you can't run with a handgun, what the hell are you doing?
You should be moving fast with one of those. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? And that's one of the things that I kind of just remember from the older Call of Duties too, right? You'd switch to your secondary weapon if you want to run faster.
Well, not just run faster, but it also comes out faster as well. Versus, you know, when you swap out your guns, you just.
Yeah.
You know, and then, of course, you could take off running and haul ass. I mean, hell, back in the day, dude, it was like strictly all fucking pistols, you know? I mean, some people still do it, but it was way more popular back then, too.
And I know this is something we could have brought up earlier, but that's okay. Hardpoint was added. That's the latest game mode that's been added, which, you know, it's been in pretty much every Call of Duty.
Yeah, it's pretty, well, I like Hardpoint, dude. Hardpoint's fun.
I like it. It's
if
fun.
You got a good team.
I prefer it more than Headquarters. That new mode that they put in this game.
By far, that's a no-brainer in my book.
It just Hardpoint and Headquarters are like almost the same thing, except for Hardpoint has Headquarters has like a search and destroy twist on it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like once a team captures an area, then the other team has to go in there and defuse that area.
Yeah. So it's kind of like
to stop them from getting points. So it's like, you know what I mean? And in Hardpoint, it's just like whoever
gets there,
whatever team is holding down that spot is gaining score. You know what I mean?
You can see the score rising up too.
Yeah.
You know.
So they're very similar, but
what a slight twist.
Have slight little differences. But I prefer Hardpoint. I mean, Headquarters just really hasn't.
Yeah, it's kind of like
really has
kind of like a cheesy king on a mountain type status. I'm sorry. That's the only example I can give for that one.
But I mean, just as a whole, what do you think of this last patch? And I guess the first little DLC we got for Modern Warfare. What do you think of it?
It's not too bad, but I still don't know what to think on it right now.
I mean, because this is kind of our first. This is our first little DLC pack, I guess, if you really want to call it that.
Yeah, because
if this is what they're gonna do, I mean, are we gonna get new content every 2 weeks or
every month?
Well, see, that's the thing. If we get content every month, they better bring out
something good.
more than just two maps every, because like one multiplayer map and one ground war map, you know what I mean, it's not gonna hold everybody off.
No, but I mean, honestly, if they do every 2 weeks, I could see a couple here, but if I don't even know, I can't even keep up with what the hell's going on here, man, half the time.
But that's what I'm saying though, like, can you do it like My fucking boss, dude.
Yeah. But, no, I mean, what do you think they will be doing? Every 2 weeks or every month? I mean, is there even a cycle, or do they have a set schedule and shit, or is it just whenever they feel like it?
We don't know anything for DLC patterns as of yet. At least what they got for this game.
For first things first, they need to come up with a pattern, in my opinion. That way, they can be able to properly give the fans, like, hey, prepare for this, or we got a little surprise for you at this time, or something of that sort. But I mean, cool. Surprises are nice too, but I'm the kind of guy person in this particular case, I kind of like to have something to look forward to. Like, I would like a little word, like, hey, this date or the week of this date or something, this is going to happen.
No, I'm sure at some point in time they will,
because they got a lot of
they'll probably put out a lineup of, kind of what's going on, and then we'll get a general idea. Because once we get usually the first, because we have, technically the first season hasn't even started yet. The first season starts in December. We get the battle pass and the microtransactions and everything else. That's when we'll see. That's when we'll see the real, Yeah,
we'll see the true colors, huh? Let's see what's happening.
Well, maybe we'll probably see a small side of it. Just imagine like what they did in Black Ops 4 with Blackout and stuff. Like the first season or two really wasn't too bad. You know what I mean? We got weapons in the stream, and the store really wasn't that bad. There was a couple little things here and there, but it wasn't like
extreme.
Yeah. Then a couple months later, it just the battle pass was crap, and there was no weapons in it. It was just stickers and sprays and emotes, and
it's like
everything was hidden behind supply drops. And
like, oh yeah, sure, cool, I like that and everything.
Pretty much, fuck you.
Right, for slap in the face. But hey, I mean, I guess we'll find out, because and you're right, if they do choose to do once a month, then they better give us something, a nice good little chunk. I'm not saying like give us
maybe this wasn't their first DLC pack. Maybe this was just something to kind of
ease the pain.
Yeah,
is this our Robitussin?
Keep us playing something to kind of calm the community down for a minute.
Yeah, they probably just give a
like I said before with this map, like with the shoot house map, I feel like it was the most uncreative map. But what's funny is that's honestly not a bad thing.
I just thought of this though,
because like I love the layout of it. I love the way it plays, but I feel like they just they made it, but they didn't want to take the time to actually decorate it.
I was about to say, this is what I was thinking. I just thought of this just now too. I think it's just them saying, all right, here, just shut the fuck up already.
Pretty much, dude. That's pretty much exactly what it was.
It's like, all right, fine, geez, shut the hell up. Take it.
Fucking take it, yeah.
Take it, go. Come on.
This is what you wanted, right? This is what you wanted. No creativity whatsoever.
Fine, here.
And for some reason, I think it's the best map in the game.
I do too. I am literally 100% satisfied with it. As shitty and as uncreative as it looks, I'm actually very satisfied with it right now. I mean, it'll hold me off for a bit.
It's got its issues. It does have its problems. It has a few spawn issues.
But the thing is, though, it's not it's not big enough issues for where I'm going, fuck. No, I'm actually enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm actually enjoying my time on this map. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to be enjoying my time on that farm map, too, in the Ground War.
I mean, you scored Infinity Ward. You got me wanting to play more Ground War, so because of that map. And hopefully it stays in cycle. I swear, if I keep saying the same freaking map over and over again, not the farm map... Grr.
The district, yeah.
I hate that.
That's your favorite.
I'll be backing out and loading in.
That one in Pickawilly.
I'd rather deal with Pickawilly than fucking district. Jeez.
Yeah, no, I'm really liking this this first little bit that we got. I honestly think that they are really heading in the right direction.
Yeah, they are.
I'm really excited to see the overhaul at the end of this month.
Right.
I really want to see what they're gonna do. I mean, we need to get the mini-map back to normal. Dead Silence needs to become a perk.
Yeah, I mean, I've been running Dead Silence, and I kind of do hate the fact that...
Well, the problem with it is that the thing that needs to be fixed is that Ghost is way too overpowered, because pretty much you're... How do I put this? You are undetectable to almost anything.
Yeah.
And it's broken to the point where even in other games, if you're even if you're using a suppressor and you're shooting, you will not pop up on the fucking map.
Huh.
Like,
I'm about
100%.
to say, that's I've not noticed that, actually. Maybe I'm just not paying enough attention, but I mean, even with a suppressor, even if you fire, you still should pop up on the map.
But even with Dead Silence, it's like, if you were to put that in there, you're going to shake up the meta, so where people are either going to have the choice to either be completely quiet or not show up on the mini-map. Do you know what I mean?
I do, actually.
Right now, they're able to just kind of layer it, and you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's running Ghost as their second perk. I mean, that's what I'm usually always running. I am either running Ghost or I'm running Point Man. And I run Ghost either in like some team deathmatch, even sometimes in domination, just when I want to go on some really high streaks and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I only throw on Point Man when I'm playing some objective modes. I mean, sometimes on domination.
Oh, yeah.
But on some kill confirmed, especially, like if it's on that mode, I'll throw on Point Man because I can pick up tags and stuff and I get my score streaks really fast.
Right.
So, but yeah,
that's pretty
Ghost
crazy.
is just way too overspammed, and with Dead Silence being a perk too,
it probably would cause a bit of an issue, but it's always kind of been like that.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. They need to take Dead Silence and remove it from the field orders and put it into perk 2. That's where it needs to sit.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's gonna fix that issue of everybody always running Ghost and maybe force people to pick some of the other shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because there is some viable stuff in this game.
There is.
Instead of nobody showing up on the mini-map.
Yeah, fuck that. I mean, it's a bit of a pain in the ass when no one's showing up. But hey, you know what? Me being a hardcore player, though, I'm kind of used to it. So it's kind of not
well,
really,
I'm used
it's
to
not
it,
really
but
bugging me at all.
Think about it like this. Even in hardcore, when you throw up a UAV, they show up on the mini-map.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, I don't know. This game removes some essentials that I think kind of need to come back. But with this next overhaul that they're going to throw out, I'm really hoping that they're going to change a lot of that.
They might. No, let's wait. No, we got no choice but to really wait and see, you know?
Well, yeah.
That's the scary part. Hurry up! The waiting's the worst part. But yeah, dude, I mean, all in all, besides those few things, man, I'm actually, it seems like I'm pretty well set until the overhaul.
Oh, well, hopefully we should only have to wait another couple weeks here. They said it's supposed to roll out by
December 1st. Right?
The end of this month, so yeah.
December, the week of the 1st, it should be pretty much hitting the freaking PlayStation.
And hopefully we get it before the end of this month is over. You know,
that'd be nice.
That's what I've been hearing. So it's what the rumors have been saying, and you know,
Happy Thanksgiving, kids.
Happy Thanksgiving, pilgrims.
Here's your overhaul, pilgrims.
Here's your loot boxes, pilgrims.
Here's your overpriced microtransaction, pilgrims.
Here's your surprise mechanics, pilgrim.
Oh, no. Man. Well, shit. What have we caused?
This video's never getting monetized. Okay. Alright. We are at almost 45 minutes. I'm going to wrap up this week's episode. I think we talked about
covered
almost everything we need.
All the bulletins so far.
If we missed one or two things, I really don't care.
We'll make up
for it.
We'll make up for it at some point, pilgrims.
Alright, guys. I love you all. Click that like. Click the subscribe button.
Let us know what you really think. Let us know your personal opinions down in the comments below about the patches, you know, because I'm pretty sure everybody's got their own intake, outtakes on everything. So, but this is the DaDerz.
Take care. Have a good one.